Hello and welcome back to your lighting training series. In this session, we're diving into a very important topic, the four main types of lighting systems. If you're just getting started as an apprentice in the electrical trade or lighting field, this is the kind of knowledge that you will use every day. Whether you're troubleshooting a flickering light, replacing a fixture, or helping a customer operate their system. So let's break it all down step by step in simple terms. This lesson was created to help you identify and understand the most common types of lighting systems used in homes, businesses, streets, and industrial buildings. By learning what makes each type of lighting system unique, how it works, where it's used, and what components it needs, you'll be able to diagnose problems, make smarter installations, and choose the right parts for the job. You don't need to memorize anything right now. Just focus on getting familiar with the different types of lamps, how they fit into the world of lighting. There are four main types of lighting systems you will encounter in the field: incandescent, fluorescent, high intensity discharge or HID, or light emitting diode or LED. Let's walk through each one. First, it's the incandescent, the original light bulb. This is the one almost everyone knows, the classic round bulb we used in lamps, bathrooms, and older fixtures. Incandescent lights work through the process called incandescence. That's just a fancy word that means electricity flows through a thin wire called a filament, heating it up until it glows and gives off light. Think of how a toaster element glows red when it heats up. Same basic idea. But there is a catch. These bulbs also give off a lot of heat, which means they waste energy. Another type of incandescent lamp is the halogen lamp. Halogens are often used in track lighting, desk lamp, car headlights. Halogen lamps burn hotter and brighter, and they last longer than regular incandescents. The key point: incandescent and halogen lamps do not require a ballast. They just screw in and they work. But because they are not energy efficient, they are being phased out in many places and replaced with newer options like LED. Second, we have the fluorescent, the classic tube light. You've probably seen fluorescent tubes in office buildings, stores, and garages. Fluorescent lighting works by using a process called fluorescence. Electricity flows through a gas inside a tube, causing it to give off ultraviolet energy. That UV light hits the white powder coating called phosphor inside the tube, and the phosphor glows, producing visible light. Fluorescents are more energy efficient than incandescent bulbs, and they run cooler, but they have more components including the lamp, the tube, and the ballast. Fluorescent lamps require a ballast to regulate the power. Without the ballast, the lamp can flicker, fail to start, or burn out. Third, we have high intensity discharge, or HID. Big light, big power. HID lamps are powerful lights used in parking lots, street lights, stadiums, and industrial settings. They look like giant floodlights and produce a lot of light from a relatively small bulb. HID lighting is similar to fluorescent lighting. It also uses gas and an arc of electricity, but the higher pressure and intensity. There are different types of HID lamps, such as metal halide, high pressure sodium, mercury vapor are the most common. HID lamps require a ballast, just like fluorescents, to start and control the power flow. Because they are high output, HID systems are usually mounted in large, high ceiling areas where strong light is needed over long distances. And finally we have 4. Light emitting diode, LED, the new standard. An LED or light emitting diode works very differently from all the others. LEDs are tiny chips mounted on circuit boards. When powered, they emit light without needing a filament or gas. That makes them super energy efficient, very durable, long-lasting, often 25,000 to 50,000 hours. And they don't get hot like incandescent lamps. You see LEDs used in downlights, recessed fixtures, spotlights, streetlights, commercial buildings, almost everything new. One key difference with LEDs is LEDs use a driver, not a ballast. The driver controls the power going to the LED chip. Some drivers are built into the bulb, while others are separate components, especially in commercial systems. Let's summarize the most important takeaways from this lesson. Incandescent and halogen use a glowing filament, produce heat, and no ballast required. Fluorescent use gas and phosphor coating, more efficient, needs a ballast. HID, very bright, used outdoors, uses gas at high pressure, needs a ballast. LED uses a chip and a circuit board, super efficient, needs a driver, not a ballast. And remember, each lighting system has many types of lamps, ballasts, and drivers within it. Your job is to know the basics and be ready to learn the details as you go. As an apprentice lighting technician, you'll be expected to identify what kind of lighting system you're working on, understand what components it needs, such as lamp, ballast, driver, and know how to replace or upgrade it safely. If you replace a fluorescent lamp with an LED, do you still need the ballast? Can you wire an HID fixture directly to power? What kind of driver does that new LED strip need? These are real questions you'll face, and your understanding of the 4 lighting types will guide you every time. That wraps up today's lesson on the types of lighting systems. Keep reviewing this material and look around your environment. Spot which lights are incandescent, which are fluorescent, and which are LEDs. The more you recognize in the real world, the more this knowledge will stick. Follow me on to the next lesson. Until then, keep your tools sharp and your knowledge brighter. You're on your way to becoming a lighting expert.